All right. How's it going, everybody? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. We'll give everybody a few minutes to hop on in. We're going to get started right at 11 a.m. and we'll get going. Okay. If you are on Instagram and you want to watch the live stream, click that link below and you could join and watch the presentation for the workshop. All right. We're going to be live here in a couple of minutes. Well, we live right now, but um, we'll be live on the Google live stream link, and that's where I'll be sharing my screen and going over the presentation. Okay, for today's workshop. All right, so it is 10:58 a.m. Eastern. We're gonna get started right at 11. Y'all know I like to do things timely and in order, and we're gonna get ready to get into it. Okay. But we got a couple people on here already. Let me know where you all are tuning in from. I'm currently in Dubai. I'm here for like another 2 days. Then I'm going over to Asia. I'm in Dubai for about 2 more days. And then I'm going to Asia. I'm going to go to Bali for a bit. Then I got to go down to Sydney to be on this podcast for a couple of things on the business side. Okay. Matt say Florida. Okay, where y'all tuning in from? Let me know in the chat. If you're on Instagram, click the link pinned below. You can join the live stream.
This is Sean from New Jersey.
Okay. Sean, New Jersey, what's goody? I went to school in New York, so I know a bunch of people from Jersey.
All right.
Seawalk, what's good? We got to link up maybe tonight or tomorrow. Either I'll link with you tonight or hit your brunch tomorrow and Blue tomorrow for sure. My man's in Dubai just commented on the Instagram. All right, where else y'all tuning in from? So we got Florida, we got New Jersey. I see Lisa just joined LA. Will from the Shy. Okay.
This is
I'm
Rita in
God.
Texas.
Is Godwin from Indiana?
From where?
Indiana.
Indiana. Okay. And Miss Cook, I think you said where you tuning in from?
Texas, San Antonio.
Okay, San Antonio, Texas. All right, bet, Seawalk. I'll see you at Cole tomorrow. Okay, San Antonio, Indiana, New Jersey, LA. Miss Pauline, I see you in there from Florida, Fort Lauderdale. What up? Okay.
Orlando,
Cool. All right.
Florida.
So, Rita, Florida. Okay.
Orlando, yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Orlando, Florida in the house.
Okay, Orlando, 407. Got some people on Instagram saying New Orleans. All right. Love to see it. All over the country, all over the world. Love it. All right, so all right, I see you, Miss Pauline, with my book. There you go. I like it. All right, so we're gonna get ready to hop into it. I don't want to hold too many people. I don't want to hold you too long on this Saturday. Y'all know I like to get to it, get straight to the mix. And so today is going to be more workshop format. I'm going to be teaching some things. I'm going to open it up for some questions. Obviously, it's Saturday, so the primary markets that I trade, which is the futures, they open up on Sunday. They're open 6 days a week, Sunday to Friday. The U.S. stock market is open 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, etc. So the only markets that are currently open right now actually are the crypto markets and the Forex markets. Okay. But today is going to be workshop form. I'm going to actually be teaching some things. I'm going to give you some history of the markets. I'm going to give you some free game. I'm going to give you the number one professional indicator, mathematical calculation used on the planet by all professionals. I'm going to teach you the math behind it. I'm going to teach you how to use it. And then I'm going to tell you about the Trade Like the Pros program and give you an opportunity to join it. Very simple, very straightforward, but it's no fluff over here, okay? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. we're going to get to the real. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the markets. I'm going to introduce myself to you all. Some of you all may or may not know me. If you are on Instagram and you want to see the presentation in the workshop, click that link in the pinned comment section of the Instagram, and you can join the live stream. Ms. Rita, you don't need the Instagram live stream because you right here in this live stream, and this is why I'm going to be doing the presentation. Okay. But you know, my Instagram is just Dion Pouncil. Everything across the internet is me, Dion Pouncil. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to get ready to share my screen. Okay. And we're going to hop right into it. All right. So if you can see my screen, let me know. Actually, I want to do it this way. Actually, I'm gonna share the tab. Yeah, I'll share the tab. Do it that way. Okay, so you all should be able to see the Trade Like the Pros tab here. Yeah, everybody can see that. Okay, let's see if we can make that bigger. All right, cool. And I'm gonna make it even bigger. Yep. All right, so cool. Let's get ready to hop on into it. Okay. So welcome to Trade Like the Pros workshop today. Thank you all for your interest. Okay. In general, however you got here, whether you saw me post about it online, whether you've seen an ad, whether you are in my free Discord community, whether you are already in the Trade Like the Pros program, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're tuning in with me. So I genuinely appreciate it. All right. But first, as always, you're going to be able to see this brief disclaimer talking about trading and investing contains substantial risk. It is not for every investor. And the fact that I'm not trying to sell you any securities here. Okay. So you can read that disclaimer. This is being recorded, and I will also send this recording out at the end of this session. Okay. So you'll have this disclaimer to read through, and you also have the disclaimer on the recording. Okay. So today, we're really just going to have a heart-to-heart about money and trading. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in the financial markets. But if you know, you can make money whether the market is going up or going down. Okay. So today is going to be more of a heart-to-heart. I'm going to educate you. I'm going to give you some free game, but I'm also going to give you some tough love. Okay. And I'm also going to give you the opportunity to join the program. But this is really more just kind of having a conversation. I'm going to open it up for questions, comments, thoughts, and we can chop it up. Okay. So for those of you all who don't know me, my name is Dion Pouncil. And today, and if you join the program, I'll be your coach for creating wealth through trading. All right. So let's give some honor where honor is due first and foremost. I started this program, Trade Like the Pros, April 26th of this year. Okay. I've had a course online for about 5 years. We have over almost 20,000 students worldwide. But Trade Like the Pros specifically was created April 26th. And since then, April 26th of this year, we have 80 funded traders for over $15.3 million. So first and foremost, congratulations to everybody who has bet on themselves and joined this program, trusted me and the team to teach you about trading, and to be able to secure over $15 million in funding in 5 months is amazing. So congratulations to you all. Now, that's a shout out to everybody in the Trade Like the Pros program already. Okay. Like I said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. What we teach over here is the real deal. And we teach you no matter where you are in your financial journey, whether you've never traded before, whether you know nothing about money before, we could take you from zero to funded trader in days, weeks, and months, depending on your schedule and availability. Okay. Now, over the last 7 days, I have been doing some student highlights because we have multiple students that are just crushing it. So in my various programs online, I have created multiple 5-figure traders, multiple 6-figure traders, and multiple 7-figure traders. But since this program just launched in April, officially cohort 1 started May 1st, I wanted to give out a couple of highlights we did this week. So shout out first and foremost, Miss Lisa, ladies first for sure. And she's just been crushing it. And she's a sweetheart. I actually met her in my live workshop in Miami where we had people in person. And I had to meet her for the first time in April. And later she ended up joining. Miss Lisa never traded futures before, never heard of futures existed. Okay. She's now managing over $550,000 in funding, literally since she joined. I think she joined in June. Okay. She's now had over $14,000 in payouts since June already. Okay. And she never traded before joining Trade Like the Pro. So if you're here, Miss Lisa, congratulations to you. Shout out to you.
Thank you.
Yes, Miss Lisa, congratulations. And she's already referred like 3 to 4 people. Like, y'all need to come in here. This is the real deal. So she did not only join herself, making thousands of dollars already, and she sending everybody she can this way. Okay. Next, JB. He goes by JB. Shout out to Mr. Jeffrey Hall. He has over $800,000 in funding this year. He's made over $150,000 in payouts in 2024. He's retired and he never traded before joining any of my programs. So already up $150,000 this year from our futures trading strategies. And he said he made over another, I think, 100,000 from our stock strategies that I taught him. So congratulations, JB. I wanted to give a student highlight for that. And then last but not least, Victor, who also never traded before joining any of my programs. He is up over $250,000 this year in cash payouts from trading the strategies that I taught them. So I wanted to highlight these students. First and foremost, we got a lot more, but these people are open, willing, and willing to share, and they're in the community. They answer any questions. Like, they're real people. So it's also a blessing and also a testimony for other people to see other people doing it, not just me, because sometimes they're like, oh, Dion is a professional. He's been doing this for years. He's supposed to be making all this money. But being able to see other people who didn't know anything about me or didn't know anything about futures and never joined any of my programs before, and to literally join this program that just started, that I created in April, and have made all of this money and never traded like this before, is a testament to the quality of the program and the teaching. Okay, so shout out to my team who've helped me bring a lot of this to life. Shout out to the students who are all 80 students funded over $15 million. And shout out to the 3 we just highlighted. We got some more student highlights coming up in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so shout out to you guys. Congratulations. All right. Now, a little bit of info about me if you do not know me. All right. My name is Dion Pouncil. I am originally from the South Side of Chicago. Okay. You may have seen me on your local or national television channels. I've been on Fox News, Cheddar, Market Watch, talking about finance, talking about trading, talking about investing. And I literally do this in real life. Okay. So I've literally started from the bottom. I bet on myself, and I've worked my way to millions of dollars. Okay. As I mentioned, I'm from a single parent home on the South Side of Chicago. Even to this day, I do not have a college degree. I did do some college. I went to college on a baseball scholarship and then ended up playing some professional baseball. But to this day, the only piece of paperwork that I have is a high school diploma, and I have my Series 3 that I passed and became a professional commodity pool operator, commodity trading advisor, and a licensed hedge fund manager. Okay, so I started my first company when I was 25. I made my first million by 28, and I was broke again by 29. Okay, and that's primarily because I didn't have any personal money management skills. All right. So I got a job at a hedge fund when I was 30 years old. I started reading and taking every course that I could afford to take, and I passed Series 3 and I became a professional trader. I launched my own hedge fund and I manage money for clients professionally. So you might come across other people on the internet and just be talking, but like I actually do this in real life. I get paid to do this, and I just so happen to teach and have a course. My course is not my primary source of income. It is not how I feed my family. It is me serving the community and also just running a profitable business to give back. Okay, so I co-created a course with my partners. We're close to having over 20,000 students in our various programs online. We have courses that teach stocks, bonds, options, futures, forex, and crypto. Okay, if you want to learn more about me in general, just go to dionpouncil.com. Okay, but today is not about me. Today is about this workshop, and today is about showing you that if I can do it, so can you. Okay. So here's what we're going to cover today in this workshop presentation. If you're on Instagram and want to join, click that link below and you can join the live stream. Okay. So we're going to cover my why. We're going to go over a brief history of the markets. I'm going to give you some free game. And then we're going to talk about time and time management. We're going to talk about what Trade Like the Pros is. I'm going to open it up for you to have the opportunity to join Trade Like the Pros. And then I'm going to open it up for some questions. Okay. So my why. All right. I believe every person should have a trade that they can use to provide for themselves and their family that doesn't require them to depend on a corporation, a boss, or a job. Okay. When I grew up in the South Side of Chicago, I went to a high school called Simeon, and it was a vocational school. So after your freshman year, you would have to choose a major and you would learn that trade. You could do carpentry, electrician, auto mechanics, cosmetology, IT, and literally you would be able to graduate out of Simeon with a certificate, and then you could go around the city and get a job or start your own business. It's because you had that trade that you learned and perfected or mastered or worked on for those remaining 3 years in high school, and then you could actually go out and execute that, right? So I believe that everybody should have a trade that they can bet on themselves, depend on themselves, and provide for themselves and their families. Now, my trade that I chose just so happens to be finance and trading. But whether you join my course, whether you learn how to trade, whether you learn how to invest, it's up to you. And whether you choose that as your field is up to you, but you still should have a trade where you're not dependent on somebody else to provide your paycheck. Because if you are giving somebody the ability to feed you, you are also giving them permission to starve you. Okay. So I want you to be able to bet on yourself. I do it through trading and investing. Okay. My second why is AI is not coming. AI is here. So for all of you who all might think, those things are in the distant future, AI is cooking jobs by the second, by the minute, by the day. So if you don't have a trade and or a skill set where you can make money for yourself, it might get real serious real fast, because the business owner is looking for efficiency and they're looking to increase their profit margins. Okay. And they may love you to life. You may be the talk of the office. You may be their best friend. But when it comes to that bottom line and when it comes to those numbers, they're going to do what's best for the business. Okay. And you can bet your bottom dollar on that. All right. So now we're going to go over a brief history of some markets. And this is where this part of the workshop, I'm about to give you the real of the markets. Okay. And really give you a history of it so that you understand where we are as it relates to where we came from for the markets. Okay. And you're going to get a little history of where we are and where we came from as our culture and our society as well. All right. So I'm going to ask you all a question. When did the slave trade start in America? Can you all type that in the chat? Does anybody know when the slave trade started in America? And some of you all might be like, well, that came from left field. He's talking about trade and workshop. Why are you going this route? Why do you open up with the slave trade? Can anybody tell me in the chat when the slave trade started? Okay, let's see. Let's go to the chat and let's see what people have to say. Nobody knows. All right, Ms. Cook said the 1600s. Okay, Portia said 1619. Sean, you want to go ahead and say something, or you can type it in the chat. Okay. All right. The slave trade. Why is that important? Why am I bringing that up? The earliest parts of the slave trade can be traced back to the 1600s. Now, the history of the slave trade is super important because for those of you all who don't know, Wall Street, the actual literal location of Wall Street right now, today, is the exact location of the original slave trade. And Wall Street was literally built by slaves as the original marketplace to trade slaves. And then it became the marketplace for trade and commerce. And then it became the marketplace for trading and investing that we know today. So not only was Wall Street built literally by slaves, it was built on the back of slaves, and slaves and Black culture, Black minority people were not even allowed to participate for 254 years. Okay, so if you were today years old when you just learned about that, give me a wow in the chat box. Okay, and so this article, not only in this, I like to deal in facts, not my opinion, not emotions. Everything that I say, I want to be able to back up with substantiated data. So not only am I showing you this article in here, here's the exact link that you can go look at that tracks the slave market in New York. And they now have a plaque in New York. You can go to Wall Street right now. And at the beginning of Wall Street, there's a plaque dedicated to the slaves who built Wall Street. Now, when you look at this picture right here, you can literally see that the article is labeled Wall Street was literally built by slaves. And you can see here that this is the infrastructure map build out of the slaves building out Wall Street. Okay? So where Wall Street and Broadway meet is literally the location of the original slave market and the original slave trade. Okay? So when I say I'm gonna teach you a brief history of the markets, I'm giving you the real. Okay? And this is why you may have seen me say this online or something. And this is my personal opinion. If you are a minority, if you are a Black person, if you are a non-white person in America, and for me, the world, there's nothing more important and there's nothing else that you should be focused on but finance, money, and trading. Everything else literally does not matter because the number one industry on the planet is finance, is money, and it was literally built off of your ancestors' backs. Okay? 1 out of every $9 that are circulated on the planet every single day goes through Wall Street. Yes, if you are on Instagram and you want to see the presentation, I'm live streaming right now. Click that link below. You could join the live stream. Okay. 1 out of every $9 on the planet goes through Wall Street every single day. And most of our people are literally not in the game. Okay. Now, when did the futures market start in America? Some of you all don't even know what the futures market exists or what it is. Some of you all, you all are today years old when you're hearing about the futures market. Now, riddle me this. How has the Wall Street history been kept away from you or you did not know? And then when you do learn about it, you only hear about the stock market. And then if you don't hear about the stock market, you think that everything else is a scam. But the futures market was literally the first marketplace in America, and it came years before the stock market, and the futures market was the original trading contracts used to trade slaves. Okay. The futures and forward markets were literally the contracts that slave owners purchased and traded and sold to lock in the prices of their slaves today, that the slave may come off the ship 3 months from now in the future. And today the futures contracts still follow some of the same protocol of quarterly contracts, and that literally came from the slave owners wanting to lock in a price, because if the slave came in more alpha and more valuable, they didn't want to pay a higher price. They wanted to lock in their price today. If the slave came in under average, they didn't want to be locked in at a certain price. So they would buy and trade these futures contracts on the slaves so that they can get better pricing before the slaves arrived. And that was the original market of the slave market of Wall Street. Okay. So the futures exchange, the first one is recorded in 1856, but I'm about to show you another article of these futures contracts. So the Kansas City Board of Trade was established in 1856. Okay. So for those of you all who don't know about futures, even the commission in the exchange still has been around since 1800. And most of you all didn't even know it existed. Okay. So when I tell you I'm going to give y'all real life and free game here, we going to get to the root of it and really understand where we are versus where we could be and where we should be, and based off where it started. Okay. So here's another view of Wall Street. Now, here's another thing you may or may not have known. After the futures market, the next market was the insurance market, because then the slave owners wanted to get insurance on their property just in case the slave died in transport, or just in case the slave, after they purchased the slave at the marketplace on Wall Street, they wanted to make sure that their property was insured. So then New York Life Insurance, if that sounds familiar, New York Life Insurance was created, and the first contracts of insurance that they were creating were to give slave owners insurance on their slave property. Okay? And New York Insurance, New York Life is still around today, giving out insurance contracts. Okay? And then after the insurance contracts, the banks then began to give collateral. Okay, so Citizens Bank, which later became JP Morgan and part of a merger and Chase, JP Morgan Chase, the banks gave collateral to the slave owners and gave loans to the slave owners to buy farms and build their and use the slave, or give loans and use the slaves as collateral for the loans. Okay. If you were today years old, when you learned about that, give me a T in your chat box. If you were today years old, that you learned that literally the entire financial system was built off of the backs of Africans and which will become African Americans. And this is the beginning of Wall Street, literally the location, the actual physical location where trillions of dollars are traded every single day. And we're worried about rapping, acting, singing, dancing. How many bottles of baby oil Diddy got? The next song from your favorite rapper, and the next basket that your favorite player is going to score and shoot, right? And I'm not saying anything negative against these people that are doing these sports. I used to play sports. I was raised in that dream as well, right? But it's a facade. It's mirrors. It's smoke and mirrors, right? And we're going to see how long they've been playing the real game and when we just start getting access to it. Okay? All right, we're going to keep going. Now, when did the stock market start in America? We seen the first futures contract started in 1600. Now, the New York Stock Exchange doesn't come until 1792. And where does the New York Stock Exchange start at? 68 Wall Street. So almost 100 years later, okay? Almost 100 years later, the stock market comes, and it comes under the New York Stock Exchange, and it comes on Wall Street. All right? I'm giving you, and I'm literally showing you the articles. These are the screenshots of the articles. You could go to the website. This is from the Library of Congress. Okay? The Library of Congress. You can go to the Library of Congress website right now and see if what I'm telling you is absolute facts. Okay? Because everything that I say is facts. Everything that I tell you is facts. So a lot of people, will comment on the chart patterns is bullshit post that I put in, and I literally give you the facts, right? If you are on Instagram, click the link below and you can join the live stream and watch the presentation as well. Okay? So when was the first time a black person was allowed to trade in America? So we now know the futures market started in the 1600s. We now know the stock market started in the late 1700s. So that means that they have been trading and investing for at least 100 years so far, 16 to 1700, right? That's at least 100 years, right? And it was built off the back of slavery, and it was literally built by slaves, right? Wall Street was built by slaves. In the 1600s, it started. So when was the first time we were allowed to even trade? And here's an article directly from the New York Stock Exchange website, okay? The first woman was allowed to trade December 28th, 1967, okay? And the first black member, Joseph L. Searles III, on February 12th, 1970. Let's take a pause for a second. Let's take a timeout for a second. 1600, 1619, okay? Built off our backs. We were sold and traded for it. Our ancestors were sold and traded on these marketplaces. And we were not allowed to even trade for over 250 years. 250 years. 1970, the first black person was able to trade at the New York Stock Exchange. I just walked you through the timeline, 1600 to 1970. So when I say we worried about playing spades and they've been playing chess for over 200 years in the real game, the money game, the trading game, that was built off of our backs, and our people love us to life, we worried about Instagram. Shout out to Instagram. I fuck with Instagram. I like it. But I'm not letting Instagram run my life. I'm not worried about what's going on Instagram and I can't make money and I can't pay my bills and I don't know what's really going on. And I don't know the facts. Right? I like Facebook. I like YouTube, right? But that's not the real game. And people are making a lot of money on those platforms. Shout out to the platforms. But that ain't the real game. When those tech companies need money, where do they go? They go to Wall Street. They go to investors. They go to traders. They go to the people with the money, because whatever you want to do on this planet, you need capital. Right? You want to do real estate, you need money. You want to be a doctor, you need money. You want to be an entertainer, you want to be a rapper, actor, singer, dancer, you need money. You want to be an artist, you need money. You want to be a farmer, you need money. You want to be a technician, you need money. Whatever it is, why are we not focused on the number one game on the planet in general that we now just learned in this workshop? You see on the screen, I'm walking you through the timeline, okay? that it was literally built off of our backs, and we were kept out. So not only were we used to build it, we were strategically kept out for over 250 years before we could even get in the game. Now, 1970 to 2024, okay, that's 54 years, and most of you all just acknowledged that you didn't even know half the shit that I'm teaching to you right now. Okay, that's 304 years. 304 years, and you are today years old when you just found out some of this history. We're going to keep moving forward. Okay, I told you this workshop is going to be real. It's going to be some tough love, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to change your life. Okay, now, how much is traded in the global capital markets on a daily basis? On a daily basis. In the stock market alone, which is only one asset class, okay? There's stocks, there's bonds, there's options, there's futures, there's Forex, and there's crypto. Those are the top 6 marketplaces on the planet. You also got commodities, okay? So in the stock market alone, on a daily basis, $109 trillion with a T, okay? One asset class, $109 trillion is traded every single day. Now, listen, I told y'all from the beginning, I come from the South Side, single parent home, grew up in the struggle, don't come from money. When you struggling, the first question you ask yourself is, damn, how did I get in this situation? And then the second question you ask yourself is, where am I going to get this money? Right? You're like, where am I going to get this money? Because you literally don't know. And you don't know what you don't know. So you think money is limited. You don't know where to get the money. Meanwhile, it's $109 trillion in one asset class just being circulated and traded all around you. But you don't know. Right? And then if you do know, you might not know how to get some of that money. Right? The bond market, okay? The U.S. bond market makes up 55%. In the U.S. bond market alone, they're $51 trillion. 51 trillion just in the U.S. bond market, okay? Together, the entire bond market is over $250 trillion traded every single day. Now, these U.S. markets are located on Wall Street, built off of y'all backs, just so if we missing the connection of the dots here, okay? The U.S. bond market and U.S. stock market alone, okay, is over 50 trillion every day on Wall Street, and you don't even know half this shit exists. Right? But we worried about the next J's that come out. We worried about the next Yeezys that's coming out. We worried about that new iPhone. Okay? Now, here are some different type of derivatives, and I'm gonna go. Why am I gonna go from the stocks to the bonds to the derivatives? Because we need to really understand the money game. Now, derivatives simply mean that it's derived off of an underlying asset. So options, futures, forwards, swaps, warrants are all derivatives. So an example of an option would be a contract on the S&P 500 as an option. The underlying asset of that is the S&P 500 stock, okay? Or the future is a derivative, so you can have the ES is the futures contract for the S&P 500, okay? Now, why is that important? Because the daily amount for some of these derivatives are listed here. Foreign exchange, $7.5 trillion a day. The New York Stock Exchange alone is doing $18.9 billion of trading per day. The United States dollar is trading $2.9 trillion per day. Okay. So in this workshop, I'm showing you the truth about the money game and how much money is actually out here. If somebody tells you that money is limited, they are either lying to you or they genuinely do not know. Okay. How big is the derivative market? I want you to understand what this means. The derivative market is over $1 quadrillion. Look at the screen, everybody. $1 quadrillion a day. All right. Quadrillion is very, very large. It's 1 million is 1,000 thousands. 1,000, 1,000 times is 1 million. Then you have billion, which has 1,000 of those millions in there. And then you have trillion, which has 1,000,000 of those billions in there. I mean, 1,000 of those billions in there. And then you have trillions, and then you have quadrillions. Now, in the chat, where did I say these markets started at? I want you to type it in. What street was it called that these markets really got going in America? And then when you type that in, I want you to type in who built Wall Street? Who built it? And there's $1 quadrillion traded in those markets every single day. Every single day. Every single day, everybody. I just want us to be super clear here. These are not my opinions. These are not my thoughts. These are not Instagram clickbait catchy things. This is absolute Snapple facts. I'm giving you the articles, I'm giving you the links, and I'm giving you the facts to check on anything that I am showing you today, anything that I am telling you today. Okay? All right. Now, how much of global trading is done by computer algorithms? Because I talk a lot about algorithms and computer robots and computer programs, and I talk about how my algos trade for me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. An algorithm is just a step-by-step process. A computer algorithm is a step-by-step process that has been programmed by a computer to trade autonomously. Okay? So when I say things online, I'm saying them as data-driven facts. So when I say chart patterns are bullshit, they are. When I say chart patterns are not used by professional traders, we don't use them. When I say that the majority of markets are traded by robots and algorithms, and people are in my comments talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about, here's your proof. CNBC.com. 80% of the entire stock market is now on autopilot, ran by computers. Now, I just showed you how much money was traded every day. And out of all of those dollars that are being traded every day, 80% of that are done by computers. So let's peep game. Let's break it down here for a second. Wall Street started in 1600 and was built by slaves. Like the actual Wall Street community was built by slaves. The marketplace, the original marketplace, was the slave trade. Then you got slave owners to get insurance on their slaves. Then you got banks to give collateral or to give loans to the slave owners and use the slave as collaterals. Then Black people were kept out of the market for 250 years and were not allowed to trade until 1970. And then most people are not taught about it. And then they got robots to trade for them. Meanwhile, most of our people don't even know this shit exists. It's 2024. And then when they get introduced to the game, they're told bullshit about chart patterns and shit that's not real. And then they're competing against robots. Let's make it make sense, y'all. Let's make it make sense. So now you all can see why I get passionate about what I'm talking about, or I'm saying these things online, and I don't have a problem with standing on and or challenging anybody that says anything to me about this stuff, because I do this in real life, and everything that I'm doing is data driven, and I come from the professional side. So I'm telling you what's going on and what's being done and what's being said in the professional world that you don't even know exist. And I'm giving you the game, and I'm giving you a bridge, and I'm giving you the real life facts about what's really going on. Okay? Now, that was just history. Now let's go over some free game. Now I'm going to ask, no matter join my course or not, this game that I'm about to give you is the number one mathematical, technical that is used on Wall Street. This is not my opinion. These are facts. And I promise you, it ain't no chart pattern. Okay? Now, when I teach you this, you're going to be able to use this whether you join my program or not. This is absolute free game for you. And literally, you can take this one strategy, and if you execute it properly with patience, self-control, and discipline, you can make yourself a millionaire. You can use this one thing that I'm about to teach you in trading stocks, futures, and options. Okay? Somewhat you could do it with crypto, but we ain't really gonna go down that road right now. Okay? But you can trade one of those asset classes with just one instrument, or just one stock, or just one option play off of this strategy that I'm going to teach you. Now, obviously, you need to have some patience, self-control, discipline, and risk management, and you got to execute it, and you got to do it. And I'm not telling you it's guaranteed, but I'm telling you it's an absolute fact, and I'm going to give you the mathematical calculation. I'm going to give you the game behind it, and I'm going to give it to you for free. Okay? All right, here we go. It's called the VWAP. Google it. It's called the VWAP. What is the VWAP? It's called the volume weighted average price. It is a trading benchmark used especially with the big boys and girls, pension plans, and hedge funds. Calculated by adding up the dollar amount. I'm about to give you the actual mathematical calculation, because all of these chart pattern people, they can't tell you the math behind this mystery shit they be trying to tell y'all. So if you can't prove it, it ain't real, okay? The VWAP is calculated by adding up the dollar amount traded for every transaction, and that price is multiplied by the number of shares traded, and then divided by the total shares traded for that day. Here is the actual mathematical calculation for the VWAP. Okay. Now, why is this important? Okay. Literally, add the trades up, put them all together, divide them by what you are doing. Okay. Why is the VWAP important? It's a pricing benchmark. Traders and institutions. Why is it important when we mention the word institutions? Because institutions are the pension plans, the hedge funds, the investment banks, the sovereign wealth funds, the family offices. These are the people that move the market. These are the people that trade in millions and billions and trillions of dollars per day. Not your $100, not your $10, not your one share. Respect to everybody that's in the game at whatever amount. But these people, this is the number one tool. This is the number one calculation that they use. So if I'm giving you the number one professional calculation and tool that they use, and you know, you can now identify what they are using, then you can give yourself a chance. You're learning the game, you can get in the game, and now you got a tool that can potentially help you with the game. And it's the exact same tool that the real professionals use. Not a double bottom, triple top, this, that, and the third. None of that shit that you can't explain or know why it's happening, now you have the actual tool with the actual mathematical calculation that you can stand on, that you can explain, that you can articulate, that you can be willing to put your hard-earned money on because it makes sense to you. Okay? All right. Traders and institutions use the VWAP as benchmarks to measure whether they are buying or selling at a favorable price relative to the market's average price. So, and you can also use the VWAP for support and resistance levels. The VWAP can act as a dynamic support and resistance. When the price is above the VWAP, this indicates a bullish sentiment. When it's below, it indicates a bearish sentiment. It also can be used for order execution. Institutional traders often use the VWAP to ensure they are not distorting the price of the stock while executing large orders because they move in bags. So they want the best price. So if you know where the VWAP is, and you know this is where the big girls and boys are going to play and get into the market, then now you have an edge. And that's the whole thing. The marketplace is nothing but buyers and sellers. And then you're looking for information to give you some type of advantage on when to buy and when to sell. And I just gave you the number one buy and sell indicator on Wall Street. And I gave you the math behind it. And you can use that as a high probability strategy for stocks, bonds, futures, and options. The top 4 marketplaces. So, and you can use it on Forex too. The top 5 marketplaces on the planet, you can use the VWAP on. Stocks, bonds, options, futures, and Forex. You can use the VWAP on. You can learn and take it one trade at a time and change your life. There you go. There's your free game. So now, if you came to this workshop, okay, you won't be able to say, I didn't learn shit. You won't be able to say, he didn't teach me anything. You won't be able to say, I didn't know more now than I knew before I joined here. Why? Because I gave you the history. I gave you a professional mathematical strategy and calculation. You can do the rest of your own research and stuff like that. And now you have an opportunity. You have an advantage on everybody that does not know this. Okay? And you'll have this recording. You can join my free Discord group and we'll drop the recording in there for free. Okay? Now let's talk about price versus value. The average college tuition for a public in-state is $11,000 a year. For a public out-of-state, it's $29,000 a year. For a public 2-year in districts like a community college, is $3,900 per year. And a private nonprofit 4-year average is $41,000. When I went to Hofstra University in New York back in 2006, it was $50,000 a year. Private school. Okay, I got a baseball scholarship because Lord knows we could not afford $50,000 a year. I got half baseball, half academics. Okay. And this is per year. So you're looking at 4 years, you're looking at somewhere between $12,000 and $120,000 for a college bachelor's. For grad school, for Harvard, tuition is $56,000 per year as the base. And when you add on housing, food, blah, 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 1 year at Harvard is between $86,000 to $91,000 per year. Okay. The average cost of a master's degree is $48,000. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because there are a lot of people in America who have paid for these pieces of paper and certificates. And one, they may not even use the degree that they pay for. They might not even be working in the field that they went and paid all that money for. Okay. And the next thing is it's also a part of the game because now you $12,000 to $250,000 in debt that you got to work off as soon as you get into the workforce. Right? So you could potentially spend $142,000 for undergrad, and you could still be going and begging for a job. And this is another part of this tough love. Going on job interviews and submitting applications. Yes, I'm sorry to tell you that is you begging for a job. It is what it is. It's a part of the ecosystem. But when you get to this job, they like, oh, we want somebody with experience. But you like, well, I was just in college and getting my bachelor's and my master's. I couldn't really get no job because I needed to focus on school. So I needed to learn. So I don't have no experience. Then you go in that cycle, right? And now you still got to figure out, well, I got this debt that I need to pay off, so I need a job. And this is why earlier I said you need to have a trade that you can bet on yourself, right? Now, here's the upfront. I got a lot more to talk about and a lot more to teach, but I want us to keep it very, very simple. Trade Like the Pros is my program where I teach you how to trade. And I also teach you how to trade your money, and I teach you how to trade other people's money so you don't have to risk your money. Trade Like the Pros is one payment of $5,000 today. Okay? And I need to edit that. And it's 3 payments for $6K total. Okay? So this is how much it costs. You could pay $5,000 one time, and you can get the game. And imagine what I just taught you and showed you, and take that and amplify about 100. And that's what's in the course. So I'm going to drop these links, okay? And you can sign up if you'd like and learn from me. And I'm going to teach you how to make that bread that you see everybody else that was in there making, okay? One payment of $5K, or you can split it up into 3 payments of $2K, okay? And then I'm going to get back to teaching. You can join right now, all right? Or you can ask some questions, but it's $5,000. And I promise you, I'm going to teach you the real. I promise you, you're going to learn how to make money in real life every day. And you're going to be able to bet on yourself and do it from anywhere in the world. Okay? If you want to join, you can join right now. The link is pinned. I'm going to continue to teach and go through the rest of this workshop. But I want it to be very straightforward, very upfront, and very direct. We're going to be here a little bit longer, but I don't want to waste anyone's time. Okay? If you are interested, you can join the program now. Okay? You could change your life in days with this course. It's very proven. We have over 80 people funded. This one program just started in May. Over $15 million. Okay? You can split it up. 3 payments if you need, 1 payment now. Now, if you are a veteran or you are under 30 years old, we have a scholarship that you can get the full program and all of the algos for 1 payment of $2,500. That link is also there. So 1 payment of $5K, you get the whole program and the algos. 3 payments of $2K. So you would pay $2K today, $2K next month, and $2K the following month. And you get the whole program and the algos. If you are a veteran, you pay 1 payment of $2,500. Okay? All right? That's it. That's all. Now we're going to keep going. Now, let's get back to the workshop. Here's another piece of tough love. I wish you had more time. So Trade Like the Pros is for action takers. Some of you probably already clicked that link and signed up. Some of you are already probably clicking that link trying to figure out what do I need to move around so I can join this course because my man is teaching the real deal. Some of you all are going to procrastinate. And for the procrastinators, this course is not for you. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. Most humans need extremes to change their life. You got to be going through extreme bullshit, or you got to be on extreme cloud nine. That's the only time most humans make decisions, because they're emotionally charged. But the ones who take control and change their lives for themselves and change the world are the ones who take action. So what I'm about to break down for you is for the people who are natural procrastinators, or for the people who think they have a lot of time. And I heard a quote not too long ago. It said, procrastination is pride and ego in action to think that you have more time. Okay, let's talk about time. The average person in America lives to be 76 years old. The average person in America lives to be 76 years old. For some of you all, that might sound like a long time. For some of you all, that might sound like it's right around the corner. Okay, I'm 36 currently. Okay, 76 for men, 76 for women. Now, why is that important? Why am I bringing that up? When you start to break down what is a year, 1 year is 8,760 hours. So when I start to break this down for you, shit is going to get real fast. Okay? 1 year, 8,760 hours. Sounds like a lot, right? 8,760 hours times 76 years, that's 665,760 years. I told y'all I'm a numbers guy. I'm a data guy, right? That's 665,760 hours. That sounds like a lot of time, don't it? 76 years, that's a good life. 665,000 hours, that sounds like a long time. Okay? The average person sleeps 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day times 365 days, that's 2,920 hours. Gone. On your back, unconscious. So literally, a third of your life is not yours. A third of your life, you're unconscious. A third of your life, you are asleep. A third of your life is literally wiped from that calculation. I wish you had more time. Okay? Most people in America have 40-hour work week full-time jobs. That's 2,000 working hours a year. Gone. Let's look at this breakdown for an average person's day. You sleep 8 hours a day. That's 2,900 hours a year. You take it how you want. 1 hour a day to get dressed. That's 365 hours a year. 1 hour in traffic to get to work. That's 365 hours a year. 7 hours of working and 1 lunch break. That's over 2,900 hours a year. Traffic back to the crib for an hour. That's 365 hours a year. If you go to the gym for 1 hour, that's 365 hours a year. If you cook for 1 hour a day, that's 365 hours. And if you watch TV for just 1 hour, that's 365 hours. That literally comes up to 8,030 hours. Now, if you notice, that doesn't include any partner or spouse. That doesn't include any social activities. That doesn't include any children. That doesn't include any part-time side hustles. That doesn't include spending any time focused on your dreams, purpose, or calling. I wish you had more time. So for my procrastinators, you could choose this day whom you're going to serve. But as for me and my house, we're going to trade and make money. You know why? Because it allows us to take control of our lives. It allows us to take control of our time. And it allows us to take control and responsibility of our future. Okay? There you go. So I'm about to go give you some more free game. So let's talk about what is real and what is not. What is a chart? Because sometimes most of you all, your first introduction to these capital markets are charts. Something you see on the screen, or you've seen on a TV show, or you've seen on a movie, and you're like, man, I want to be a stockbroker. I want to go to Wall Street. I'm going to look at these charts and I'm going to make this bag, right? But let's talk about what a chart is. And you notice all of these screenshots I'm giving y'all are from Google searches and AI searches. So you're not taking Dion's thoughts, words, or opinions for this. Okay? A chart, everybody, is just a graphical, visual representation of the data that it's analyzing. So in my ad that you may have seen, when I told you professional traders don't even need charts, here is your absolute substantiated data for this, that a chart is just a visual representation of the data that it's analyzing. And in the financial markets, the data that it's analyzing is known as the order book. So if that ad is what led you to this workshop today, here's the proof that the order book, the data, the actual account ledger of the buys and sales that are happening on that marketplace is what the chart is showing you. That's it. That's all, everybody. It's not my opinion. That's the facts. Okay. So now, if the chart is just a visual of what's going on in the order book, then what are chart patterns? I don't care your race, your gender, your creed, your sexual orientation, where you from, who your mama is, who your daddy is. I don't care, everybody. These are the 4 and only 4 data points that a candlestick is giving you. It's giving you the high of that candlestick. It's giving you the low of that candlestick. It's giving you the open of that candlestick, and it's giving you the close of that candlestick. That's it, everybody. That's it. That's all the data is giving you. Okay? If anybody tells you otherwise, they are either lying to you or they genuinely do not know. Yes, if your spouse is a veteran, you can use the veteran link to pay and sign up for the course. Okay? That's it, everybody. That's the only 4 data points. Miss Lisa, you got a question? You got your hand raised? Or you was just, I don't know. But if you got a question, go ahead, Miss Lisa. But that's it, everybody. So, and that data from those 4 things are coming from the order book. That's it. Period. It's not my opinion. Those are the facts. Okay? So, chart patterns are not real. I just proved it to you. Anything else is uncivilized. Okay? That's it. And the data is crunching it, and then it's doing math. So what is math? Math, everybody, is a science. Math in and of itself literally is a science. It is a science that studies structure, order, and relation that is evolved from counting, measuring, and describing shapes and objects. Math is the scientific study of structure and order and counting. Okay? So real professionals identify data. We find the credible source of data. We clean the data. We run financial models and measure and count and structure the data so that we can find high probability scenarios to put our money in that gives us an asymmetrical potential return on our risk. That's it. Okay? I don't care what the dude told you on YouTube. I don't care what Johnny Forex Master told you. Here are the Snapple facts. Okay? That's it. That's it. What is data? Data, okay, is the meaning is factual information used as reasoning, discussion, or calculation. Data is the factual measurement of statistics, everybody. The factual measurement of statistics. That's it. I only teach real factual shit because somebody commented on my post the other day and was like, well, I don't necessarily agree with you, but chart patterns are enough. What? And my response was, enough is not substantiated enough to have people to put their hard-earned money into the markets because something is just enough. Enough will have people broke, dead, and in jail if that was the case, that you're putting your hard-earned money in instead of factual, provable, statistical data that you can stand on, that you can calculate, and that you can explain to a first grader why you put your entire retirement account on that. Not because Johnny on the internet told you it was some chart patterns that he's seen the Holy Grail and you got to bet it all on this one. We got to make it make sense, y'all. Yes, if your son is a veteran, you can use his you can click the link and pay for the veteran thing and sign up now. Yes. Okay. All right, let's go back to the I'm giving y'all free game. Whether you join the course or not, this is life-changing real information. Okay? Take it, do what you want. We gonna get bread. The people in the course gonna get bread. I hope you get some bread. You know what I'm saying? But here are the real facts, everybody. And once you get this recording, you can send this to anybody, and I will stand on exactly what I'm saying. And I actually also have a challenge out right now. So anybody that comes on my page talking about chart patterns are real, I literally immediately challenge them to prove it and put up at least $25,000 on their chart pattern and trade me live in real time. That's the other thing. If you cannot back up what you are saying and you're not willing to put your money where your mouth is, don't come this way. Okay? What is an edge? And these are questions you need to be asking yourself, and I'm giving you the answers, but you need to know the answers too, and I'm giving you the real answers, and I'm showing it to you in this presentation what the definition of these words are, not my opinion. I'm giving you the real definitions. Okay? What is an edge? An edge, a trading edge defines your technical or strategic advantage. Advantage, what I mentioned earlier. You need an advantage. You need an edge in this market. And that comes from the data that you're processing. So if you're processing shit that's not real, how are you going to compete and beat somebody that has factual data and provable mathematical calculations? The math ain't mathing. It don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, how? Come on now. So when I talk about, excuse me, when I talk about, we have $15 million of funded traders in the last 5 months since I started this program. Yes, I got like 20,000 students worldwide, but Trade Like the Pros specifically has been around since May 1st. And this program is specifically created to teach you how to trade futures, and how to trade using other people's money so that you don't have to risk your own. So that $15 million that our students have is other people's money that they trade to make their money. So that $15,000 that you've seen Lisa made in the last 2.5 months, she did not risk one penny of her money to do that. I taught her how to trade. I taught her how to pass these prop firm evaluations. She used their money. She didn't risk any of her own money, and she's made $15,000 off of them in the last 2.5 months without risking any of her own money. That $150,000 that Jeff has made this year is trading other people's money. Victor making $250,000 this year off the strategies that I taught him is using other people's money. Now, you're like, damn, why would they do that? How do they do that? We're on Wall Street. Whose money are they using when they're trading and investing? You think they're using their money? No. They're using other people's money. They're using your money. This is the game, y'all. They create the game, sell you the dream, You put your money in it, and they use your money to grow their wealth. Can you prove that, Dion? Yes. Here's the facts. Let's just take a savings account, because if you in my course, y'all know I don't believe in the savings accounts. It's a fucking scam, okay? Let's take a savings account for an example. You put your money in a savings account. What do they offer you? 0.03% on your money for the year, by the way, and you cannot take it out. If you take it out, it adjusts the rate in which you're doing it. They give you 0.03%, and they have the ability, it's called the fractional reserve system. Google it. Fractional reserve system gives the banks the legal proof or the legal approval to loan out and share your money up to 90% of every dollar they can loan out. And they charge 7% interest on their loans. So you're going to put your money in the saving account. Let's call it $1,000. You put $1,000 in a savings account. They're like, we're going to give you 3 cents. If you keep your $1,000 in there, at the end of the year, you're going to have $1,000 and 3 cents. Meanwhile, that year, they have loaned out your money at least once for 7%. So they loaned out $900 of your money, and they can get 7% interest using your money, okay? And they can do that unlimited amount of times. Every time somebody pays that loan back, they can re-loan it out. They get 7%, and then the money that they don't loan out, they can trade it and invest it, and whatever profit they make off of your money, you get 0%. And they sold you a saving account. Mind you, inflation is about 5 to 7% this year. So not only is your $1,000 sitting there, you are losing money to inflation because inflation hit you for 50 to 70 of those dollars. So now you don't even have $1,000 at the end of the year. You got $930. So you paid them to lose money. Man, it's a cold game out here. It's a cold game, okay? So Wall Street uses other people's money, OPM. They use your money to trade, loan, and invest, and you get none of it. So this is why I teach the real game in our course. Yes, I teach you how to trade your own money if you want, but I also, more importantly, teach you how to trade other people's money. And we do that through a prop firm. So what is a prop firm? A prop firm is commonly referred to as a proprietary trading firm, is a company that invests its own capital in trading financial instruments such as stocks, futures, options, or currencies, rather than trading on behalf of clients or customers. The following are some key aspects of prop firms. Capital provision. Prop firms provide traders with access to significant capital from the firm and allows traders to use the firm's money to trade instead of the traders using their own money. I'm teaching you exactly what Wall Street does. Not only because you need to know, it's your damn birthright, damn near, because your ancestors helped build it. Okay? Profit sharing. Traders typically receive a share of the profits that they generate. The specific profit sharing arrangement can vary, but often involves the trader keeping a percentage of profits while the firm retains the rest. Our prop firms that we use, we keep 90 cents for every dollar after our first 25,000. First 25,000, you keep 100% of it. After that, you keep 90 cents for every dollar that you make using their money. Risk management. Prop firms have strict risk management protocols to protect their capital. Traders must adhere to these rules, which can include limits on position sizes, maximum allowable losses, and other risk metrics. Okay. No personal liability. The next question people always ask is, well, if I use their money and I lose it, do I got to give it back? Nope. If Wall Street lose your money, do they give it back? Yes or no? You mean yes or no in the chat box? If you put your money in some shit on Wall Street and that shit go crazy, do you get your money back? No. This is the game. Working with these trading prop firms, traders at prop firms typically do not have to risk their own money. Instead, they use the firm's capital. This setup reduces the financial risk to the traders while allowing them to gain experience and potentially earn substantial income. So you could use their money. You follow the risk parameters that I teach you and that they set up, and you're not held liable. Okay? The prop firm evaluation challenge is what you're using that they test you on your skill set. If you pass the evaluation challenge, you can get between $25,000 and $300,000 of their money. Then you use their money to build up your wealth. And so when I say we got $15 million of funded traders in the last 4.5 months, that's how much money we're getting. That's how much money that the students have acquired in passing these prop firm evaluations. And you can see all the payouts and all the money. If you've joined my free Discord, you can literally just go through the wins tab and just see all the money that the students are making. Okay, in real life, in real time. Okay. All right. So we'll do a quick recap. And then I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the program, and you can decide if you want to join or not. You can decide, did I learn something from this dude today? Did I get some value today? Did I get more value today than I paid to go to school for or a certificate for? Right? If you felt like you got some value, imagine what the course does. Okay? So this is a quick recap. You can read that if and when you watch the replay. Okay? Trade like the pros. If you want to join, the link is right now in the chat. It's pinned in the chat. You can just scroll up. And you could join, okay? It's one payment of $5K, all right? Or 3 payments of $2K, okay? That's it, that's all. If you are a veteran, you get one payment, full program, $2,500. Now, for some of you all, you might say, man, that's expensive. Well, expensive is relative. When you wanted those red bottoms, when you wanted that Mercedes, when you wanted that Gucci belt, when you wanted to buy that bottle of Henny, get that section, you found a way. You cut the check, right? Price versus value. How many of those Hennessy bottles gave you the opportunity to make more money? How many of those Louis Vuittons or that Gucci purse brought you money back? How many of those can you pass down to your future generations? How much of that is game that changes your mind, your mindset, and your lifestyle? People find a way, or they find excuses. People want to know the price of everything, but don't know the value of anything. Okay? And I gave you the game that I gave. I had somebody message me the other day. They made $50,000 off the free game that I gave them. This lady made $50,000 off of the free game I gave in a workshop a couple months ago. Okay? So the game I gave you today, this shit you can use in real life right now, and I'm giving it to you for free. Okay? If you want to join the course is $5,000 for one payment, or 3 payments of $2K, or one payment as a vet for $2,500. Kalin, what's up, bro? You in Bangkok? I'll be back over there soon. If you're on Instagram and you want to see the presentation, click that link below, and we chopping it up in here. We about to wind down, though. I've been teaching for like an hour already. Okay? So when you join Trade Like the Pros, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get the course, you're going to get the community, and you're going to get the technology. Okay? I'm going to teach you the game step by step, from the words to the trading strategies to the concepts. I'm going to teach you. Then you're going to get the community, and then you're going to get the technology with the algorithms that I've created. Okay? The course, 3 hours of video lessons. You can watch 24/7. You can watch the course on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop, on your desktop, on your smart TV. Instead of binge watching Netflix and Hulu and all your favorite shows this weekend, you can literally sign up today, watch the entire course, start setting up your accounts on Sunday. Matter of fact, shout out to John Ford. I think John is in here. John joined our course August 1st. He was funded within 7 days, and he got his first payout within 30 days. And if John could do it, and he's 24 years old, and he never traded before ever in life. Our youngest student is 21. Our oldest student is 83. So right now, I'm eliminating every excuse you might be going through in your head as to why you can't join right now today. If you can't afford it, then you genuinely can't afford it. I don't want nobody to go in debt for nothing, right? But if you can afford it, it's life-changing. If you are above the age of 18, it's life-changing. If you can read, it's life-changing. If you can watch a video, it's life-changing. If you can follow instructions, it's life-changing. It's very proven. Men lie, women lie. The numbers we doing over here don't lie, okay? The community. When you sign up, you get a one-on-one coaching call with me. Literally, 1 hour. Okay, I charge $10,000 an hour. I'm going to give you 1 hour coaching call for free with me. Okay, you're going to get once a week. I do a live trading session where I'm live trading and we get into the bag together as a community. And then you're going to get the private Discord community. So, I got the public Discord that's free. You could join, anybody can join there, just chop it up with us. But when you join the course, we got a specific private Discord just for the people in the course, okay? You're going to get the technology. You're going to get 2 automated trading robots, 2 trading algorithms, 1 to help you get funded and 1 to make $1,000 a day on average, okay? You're going to get Trojan, which is our funding hack algo. You get that free for the first 30 days. And then Maverick, the algo we use to trade and make almost $1,000 a day, you're going to get that free for the year, okay? So when you join, you get the course, you get the community, and you get the algorithms, all right? So the average salary in America is $59,228, okay? That's the average salary. Let's call it a smooth 60 bands. Let's call it a smooth 60K. That's $5,000 a month pre-taxes, okay? $5,000 a month. There are 20 trading days in the month. There are 252 trading days in a year. One of our main goals is to teach you how to be consistent and make it $1,000 a day in less than 14 days, okay? So I want to teach you the program. I want to give you the game. I want to help you get funded. And I want to give you the strategies and algos to make you, on average, $1,000 a day with a high probability of success. $60,000 a year is $5,000 a month. $1,000 a day for 252 trading days is $252,000. So when we talk about price versus value, it's not even close. Okay? $63,000 a day. That was the top number for the average annual salary. That's $253 a day. Okay? No disrespect to anybody that's making that amount. I started below that. My first corporate job when I got done playing pro baseball, I made $36,000 a year. Okay? Within 3 months of me trading, I had my first 5-figure day. I made $28,000. Okay, in 7 minutes. Now, that was me, but I'm just telling you. We have people, I'm going to open it up here in a second, and people can share their thoughts and their testimonies and stuff like that, but I showed you how much money people make it in the course, right? But I started my first live trading account with $1,500. Okay? It took me a year. It took me a year to get my first 6-figure trading day. I made over $200,000 in 28 minutes. And a lot of this stuff I've done live trading in front of the community, and a lot of it is in the recordings and stuff like that. And people have watched me do this. I think it was just last month I did maybe 28,000 or something in front of the community. We were live trading. And sometimes I'll give them a glimpse, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's more about teaching y'all and showing y'all and helping y'all make the money. But sometimes I give them a little glimpse of, the amount of money that you can make on a daily basis in doing this. And I do this in real life. And I teach, and you see Victor making 250 this year, and Jeff making 150 this year, and Lisa making 15K in the last 2.5 months. Like, the beautiful thing is it's not just me. You can see these people changing their lives in the community, posting their wins all day, every day. Okay. So my goal when you join Trade Like the Pros today is to teach you how to trade. So you could trade 22 hours a day, 6 days a week from anywhere in the world you have an internet connection with the strategies and stuff that I teach you. So I don't have time. That excuse goes out of the window. You can literally design your life. If you work a 9 to 5, cool. You could trade the evening session. If you work the evening session, cool. You could trade the London session from 3 a.m. to 12 p.m. You're going to find a way, or you're going to find an excuse. I'm giving you the opportunity to literally take control of your financial future. Okay. I want to enable you to be consistent at making $1,000 a day minimum in trading less than 2 hours a day. Thursday, I did a live free trading class for the entire internet, and we made $6,000 in about 30 minutes live in front of everybody for free. I did a live free trading class, and whoever joined that class and whoever had the opportunity to follow those trades could have made up to $6,000 that day. I did it live in front of everybody for free. Okay. So when I tell you I can help you make $1,000 a day, that's light work. Okay. I know for some people that's mind blowing. It is what it is. I know. I've been there before. I respect every penny. Y'all, $1,000 a day is not a lot of money in trading. Okay. And I show you in real life. Okay. 63,000 a year, 252 trading days, that's $253 a day. $1,000 a day, that's $252,000 a day. That's literally 3.95 times the American average salary. And you could do it butt naked in bed on a beach somewhere, as long as you got internet connection. Okay. And if you look on my social media, you see my family and I, real life, do this all around the world. If you go to my Instagram, you see my daughters with us in Greece this summer, and you see us live trading poolside in Mykonos with our 3-year-old and 5-year-old sitting right there. Like, I literally live this shit right in front of y'all. I live everything that I say and everything that I teach y'all, so that you can see it's real. You can know it's real. I'm tatted up. I'm from the hood. We can definitely talk gang, all of that. We can have fun. I played sports, all of that. But when you want to get to the real, I'm going to give you the real, and we're going to get to this bag. Okay? All right. So here's my offer, everybody. Trade Like the Pros. 1 payment of $5K, 3 payments of $2K, or 1 payment of $2,500. Okay? And that is it, everybody. I'm going to open it up for questions. You can ask a question. If you're one of the students, you want to come over here and talk and give your testimony and shout out, whatever, hop up on the mic. Feel free. The links are right there in the chat. I'm here. Ask some questions. We can chop it up. But that's it, y'all. Straightforward, real rap raw. You either learned some stuff today or you didn't. You either want to join the program or you don't. But I'm here for you. Any questions, any comments, any thoughts? Seth, got a question. Go ahead, Seth.
Yeah. You got 2 links there. Which one is the vet and the young people one?
Yeah, so it's 3 right there. The last one at the bottom is the vet and younger scholarship link.
There were 3. Okay. Which one? Okay, I'm sorry. Which one was it with the vets?
Here. Excuse me. Here, that's what we'll do. Right here. This one right here is for the vets. I'll post it in there right now by itself. Okay, that's for the veterans and the
The
young,
veterans is the last
young
one.
adult scholarship. Huh?
The veterans is the last one.
Yeah, I just posted it right there by itself. If you scroll down all the way to the bottom of the chat, I just posted it by itself.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Okay. Good question. Any other questions, comments, thoughts about anything? We
I
can
have a
chop it
question.
up about money, about the markets, about what you just learned.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
It's more of like, personal trading question. I just wanted to know what has been, your biggest loss. Like
Wow.
how much? How much?
I'm about to answer the question here. So I'm just looking at my background. I don't even look real. It look like I'm in a VR, but it's actually a real background. My biggest loss, I actually just shared this on the live. So the first time that I made over $100,000 trading in a day was the day after I lost $100,000. So let me tell you what happened. So I'm in LA on vacation. I wake up, I'm trading, I'm going through my normal routine, and I made $50,000 in 7 minutes. Okay, I made $50,000 in 7 minutes, and I got up, literally like this, got up, and I was done for the day. Because when I hit my profit target, I'm done for the day. I looked out of the side of my eye and seen a signal, and I said, "Oh man, I could just, this is at that time that was my personal record because my first personal record was 28,000 and it was 35,000, and at that time it was my highest. So I was like, damn, I just broke my personal record. Here go a strong signal right here. Let me hop back in and make some more money." I not only lost that 50, I lost 50 more. So I lost the 50 that I had just made, and I lost 50 more on top of that. So I lost 100,000. So that was a Monday morning. I was sick. But by that time, I was more emotionally regulated with my trading. So I got up the very next day and I did the exact same thing. But when I made that 200K that time, guess what I did? I got my ass up, closed the laptop, and walked out the door. Okay. So yeah, that was a very interesting learning experience for me. And I was still human trading at that time. I haven't human traded in probably like over 4 or something years. I run a full quantitative hedge firm, Pouncil Capital, and it's fully automated. So I have a team of quantitative developers that work with it for me that build my strategies into algos. And now I do fully automated trading. So I haven't human traded, but I was a pretty good human trader. I made a substantial amount of money in human trading, and then I got my algos built and stuff like that. And then, literally the algos that are built in the program are algos, former strategies and stuff like that from my hedge fund. So good question though. Rita said, thank you. This was very valuable. My pleasure. Ms. Cook said, is the Trade Like the Pros program an annual subscription? It's a one-time payment. Once you pay, you got lifetime access to that course. Yep. The algos, Trojan, after the first 30 days, you can decide if you want to buy that bundle. And then Maverick, that is annual. So you got the Maverick algo free for a year when you sign up. But the course itself, you pay and you got lifetime access. Okay. Danny says, what makes futures better than Forex, options, etc., in your opinion? So it is relative, first and foremost, right? So that is kind of a opinion-based thing. Now, I prefer futures, first and foremost, like I told y'all, I didn't come from learning online and YouTube University side. I worked at a professional hedge firm in LA. So I was blessed with the opportunity to learn from professionals immediately. And then I passed my exam and became a professional trader. So I learned the real from the beginning. And I'm super grateful that I didn't have to learn from Johnny on YouTube. But first and foremost, I don't talk a lot publicly about Forex, which happens to be the largest market asset class. I don't talk a lot about Forex publicly because there's so many scams and I just don't want to be associated with it. But Forex itself is a legitimate asset class. It is the top asset class. It's just so many scammers out there that I just publicly don't talk about it. I do have an intro course called Wall Street Academy that I do teach stocks, bonds, options, futures, Forex, and crypto. But I just don't really talk about it publicly. So now that's kind of the brief overview. Now, why I choose futures is because two reasons. One, the barrier to entry. So to day trade stock, you need a minimum of $25,000. That's a FINRA SEC rule, period. To day trade futures, you can open up an account with as little as $500. Or if you go the prop firm route, how I teach you, you don't even need to use your own money at all. So that's one of the main reasons that I love futures. And then the second reason is because when I read the books that I was reading to start getting into the game, all the people that I look up to, Jim Simons, Cliff Asness, Ken Griffin, all the quantitative hedge fund managers, they started with futures because of the barrier to entry, and now they're multi-billionaires. So the stock game, if you're starting with under $25,000, it can be really tough to really make a substantial amount of money. Now, you can start trading options for $1, literally, but options are a little bit more complicated, and the average person can't and probably shouldn't jump right into options trading off the bat because the math in options is not a game. The Greeks alone, if you don't understand the Greeks in options trading, you're going to get cooked, right? So that's why I prefer futures, and that's how I got my start. And I'm a licensed Series 3 professional futures trader. I'm a part of the National Futures Association, all of that stuff. So like that's where my license is. So I literally live in futures. And what's so funny is I'm from the south side of Chicago, and the CBOE is downtown. Literally, the Futures Exchange is downtown Chicago. And when I was growing up, I literally didn't even know it existed. Wild. Eagle One got the hand raised. Go ahead, Eagle One.
Hey, Dion, the vet discount, is that only for today?
Well, tomorrow not promised, but
Of course.
but I mean, so excuse me. So the program is $5K.
Mm-hmm.
3 payments is $2K.
Yep.
The vet or young adult is $2,500. You know what I'm saying? Like you can sign up when it works for you.
Okay. All right.
It's not, I mean, you know, it's not going to always be those prices, but right now,
Absolutely.
yeah, right now, those are the prices. So yeah, go feel free when ready.
Sounds good, buddy. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Excuse me. Any other questions? Yeah, she is. I mean, look, I love options trading. I trade options. I trade stocks. I trade bonds. I don't trade crypto. I just go long on certain cryptos. But I trade Forex. Like I trade all those things now, but I focused on one thing in the beginning and got really good at that and got rich off of that. And then I diversified. Listen, if you can't be successful at trading one instrument or one asset, it's a high probability you won't be profitable at trading multiple at the same time. Right? We have to learn. It's being a jack of all trades and a master of none doesn't work. I know people sell you shit on the internet like millionaires have 7 streams of income and this, that, and the third. Yes, but most of them got rich off of one at a time. And then once they got rich, then they diversify so that they wouldn't have all their eggs in one basket. Okay? Again, I'm just going to keep it a buck with y'all. I'm going to give you the real. Roxanne said, what platform do you trade futures on? We primarily teach in Ninja Trader, as well as the Ninja Trader platform connects to the prop firm that we use. And then my hedge fund is ran at Interactive Brokers. Okay, good question. Excuse me. Any other? Go ahead. Somebody's about to say something.
Hey, cuz.
What's good?
Hey, So what I got from that is you kind of like dip and dive in each one of them, right? Um, how do you determine which one you're gonna like use like this morning or the next morning or whatever? Like, what do you look at?
Yeah. So right now, if you've never traded or invested, my suggestion would be pick one asset class and pick one instrument. Start with that. Get consistent. Set you a dollar amount that you want to make every day and get consistent at that. So, for an example, when I first started trading, I said, okay, so for those of you all who may have missed it, when I got done playing pro baseball, I was 23 years old. And I moved to Washington, D.C., and I worked for ADP, Automatic Data Processing. And I was doing outside business to business sales, selling entrepreneurs payroll, tax, and compliance. Okay. I made $36,000 a year, $3,000 a month before taxes. Okay. So what I did is I took a calculator and I said, how much money was that a day for trading days? And that was $168 a day. So when I started trading, by the way, when I started trading, I had already started my first business when I made my first million by the 28. I was broke by 29. I didn't work at the hedge fund until I was 30. So I didn't really learn about money and what money was and money management until I was 30 years old. Okay. Excuse me. And then I started making a ton of money from trading. Okay. So what I did when I first started trading, I said, okay, when I transitioned from baseball to corporate, I made $36,000 a year. So I said, I want to make at least $36,000 in my first trading year. And I said, how much do I make? How much did I make a day? I made 168. So I said, okay, I want to double that. I want to make $300 a day. That was my first goal when I started trading. I said, I want to focus. I want to lock in, and I want to pick one thing that I can be consistent at making $300 a day. Once I started getting consistent at making $300 a day trading, then I said I want to make $500 a day. Then I wanted to make $1,000 a day. And I wanted to be consistent at this before I started doing all the extra shit. Okay. Then once I started making $5,000 a day, $10,000 a day on consistent, I said, okay, now let me look at this instrument or this asset class and this thing. And then I started to diversify. But I wasn't trying to do all of that in the beginning. I wasn't trying to sit down and say, okay, I'm going to trade this stock. I'm going to do this option play. I'm going to trade this. It was too much. I wanted to lock in and get consistent at being good at making this amount of money first. And then I diversified. Okay. So hopefully that answers your question. Good question though. Okay. Next question. Anybody, any other questions? Comments, thoughts? But yeah, I think, focus is extremely important in life in general, right? And even in your mind, like a house divided cannot stand, right? If you're not focused and locked in and you're divided within your own mind, within too many things, you're going to be overwhelmed or you're going to be spread too thin. And you're not going to be able to have the focus, the patience, the self-control, the discipline to really do what you need to do to get to that next level. And or it's going to take you a longer time because you're doing too much. Right?
Dion,
Go ahead, Miss Lisa.
this is Lisa. Just a comment, just a quick comment on what you just finished saying. That is so true because I started off at options, everybody with Dominique, and then I switched over to futures. And yes, you have to stick with the rules, and you just offer one instrument. Do not try to do all different things because no, it doesn't work that way. And that's why I made my mistake at and I commit to it. I started that, oh, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that. I'm learning now, stick to one thing until you're really, really good at it and consistent. That's my that's my comment.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's Miss Lisa that I was talking about at the beginning of the presentation that's making all that money now that she never traded before, right? So it's once you build up the bag, then yeah, you're gonna have enough to diversify and you're gonna want to diversify. But in the beginning, when you all the way over here and doing this, that, it's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be too much. You know what I'm saying? And then you get analysis paralysis. It's like, what do I do? Why do I do it? It's just too much shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just locking in, taking it one step, one trade, one day at a time, and you get consistent at it, and you look up, damn, I'm making $1,000 a day. I just did that for 20 days in a row. That's $20,000. That's $240,000 a year. I don't know about you, but that's life-changing money for a lot of people. It was definitely life-changing money for me when I got started. Right? Okay, Roxanne said, can you trade NinjaTrader on a MacBook or is a PC required? So you got two options. If you have a MacBook, you can set up a Microsoft Remote Desktop, or you can download an app called Parallels, and then you can download NinjaTrader into there. So I do a remote because like I'm talking to you on a MacBook, and I travel all around the world, and I have it on a remote server because I don't want to be messing up with the internet and stuff like that. Or you can get a dedicated PC with the specifics, and you can get that for like $600. So it's up to you. You can get a dedicated PC, or you can do the remote desktops. Good question, though. Seth, go ahead. You got another question?
Yes. One is I kind of like I'm comfortable with TradingView platform.
Mhm.
And that's the one question. That second question is that I think somebody asked that question. The thing is, I just kind of like withdrew all my monies from brokerages, but you know how you do it takes like certain days for it to hit your account.
Mhm.
So I was just hoping that by that time I could still use that link because I saved that link so that I could just pay for my my science or my course.
Yeah.
I want to put my son on. He's 15, but I'm trying to teach him how to trade. But
Mhm.
listening to what you just telling me about those charts and that stuff, I kind of believe that there must be a better way to trade than looking at those charts. And if I can't have it for me, I want to have it for my son
Mhm.
because I it's this awareness of like the money we waste for colleges and that kind of stuff, why we don't even have a skill. Right now I'm sitting here, I'm in like $150,000 in debt in student loans. And if you ask me what am I, even if I had that degree, what I was I going to even use that to make all those money back to pay for my my schooling? And the answer is no, because whatever that I was doing, I hate it now. So I guess
That's
I
real.
kind of like lost my third question, but
Mhm.
if you come back to me, I will ask that.
I got you. So yeah, first of all, thank you for your honesty and transparency. You know, it's real life, and unfortunately, that's the American dream that's sold to a lot of people, and a lot of people are in that situation, right? So to answer your first question, TradingView, you can look at stocks, bonds, options, futures, forex, and crypto on TradingView. We do have some algos that we sell that generate signals on TradingView, but the things that we teach, you execute in NinjaTrader, and the algos are built in NinjaTrader. So that's first and foremost. That's a direct answer to that question. Now, yes, you can, as a vet, buy it and allow your son to use it. That's totally fine. When you take money out of the brokerages, yeah, they have a system called T+3 or T+1. So the trade has to settle in your account, and then you can and then it'll clear in your brokerage like 3 days later. So I do understand that. And then like, and this is why I gave y'all the proof in the presentation and in the workshops. I didn't give you my opinion or my beliefs, because just because you believe something don't make it right? I could believe that this was Hennessy, That don't make it right. It's a water bottle, right? Like just because you believe something don't make it true. And just because people believe in chart patterns don't make them true. And that's why I gave you the definitions and I gave you the math and I gave you the facts so that even if you don't take my word for it, now you got the proof. You feel what I'm saying? And when we talking about trading and we talking about investing, we talking about putting your real money up. If you cannot prove what you are saying and you cannot prove what you're looking at, you are not trading. You are gambling. And I don't want that for you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want that for you. And that's why I started out with the history of the markets, because I'm telling y'all what happened and what really happens right now, like in real time, and our people still ain't even in the game. And then when people try to get in the game, we talking about some chart patterns. When these people got AI-driven robots that will cook you and don't care nothing about that was your retirement account. So, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't have the math to substantiate and prove what you're saying, you're gambling. You might as well just go to the casino and donate. You know what I'm saying? Roxanne said, how long does it take the prop firm to pay out, or how often? So they pay out twice a month, but some of them, the one that we're about to do, they're about to make an update. I think they're going to increase that frequency. But as of right now, they pay out twice a month. But there is a update supposed to be coming. They might do it more frequently, but yeah. Okay. But when you trade I teach you both ways. I teach you to trade your money and their money. When you trade your money, you can get paid out same day. Excuse me. Paid out same day. Okay, I got about 6 more minutes because I don't want to keep y'all too long, and in 6 minutes we'll be here for 2 hours. So about 6 more minutes worth of questions, and I'll go ahead and cut it down. For those of you all who are joined already, congratulations for betting on yourself. Thank you for believing in me and my team. And we're here for y'all. Join the Discord, get in there, start taking the course, watching it, ask any questions. We here for y'all. I want you to win. It's a lot of money out here, y'all, and it's circulating all day, every day. But if you don't know, you don't know. At what point, Spivey said, at what point do you start paying taxes? Well, when you trade in live in the Ninja Trader platform, they're taking those taxes out in real time, based off every trade. Then as you start to get profits, they're considered either, short-term or long-term capital gains. And you need to talk to your accountant, your tax professional about that. That's not my superpower. I focus on what I'm great at and I outsource the rest. Okay. And I don't want to tell you something. And also, your tax situation is individual and it's personal, right? What may be Lisa's taxes versus Steph's taxes versus my taxes is all different because it's your tax situation. Okay. But yes, talk to your tax and your accounting professional based off of that. Okay. Any other questions? That's another thing. I don't try to sell dreams and talk about shit that I don't know about. Okay, like I'm very good at what I'm very good at, and I hire people for other things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I do. Like, I like to stand on truth. I like to stand on, being open, honest, transparent, and upfront. I'm good at what I'm good at, and I hire or partner with other people for the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you want to talk about trading? You want to talk about investing? You want to talk about money? Holla at me, right? You want to talk about all the other stuff? If I know about it, I'll give you some game on it. If not, I'll give you a book recommendation or tell you who you need to reach out to about X, Y, and Z. You feel me? Any other questions, comments, thoughts? No? All right, family. Congratulations on everybody that joined. Love, life, peace, wealth, great health, and abundance to each of you all. Even if you don't join the free Discord. Get in there, rock with us, ask questions. I occasionally do the live free sessions, and you can hop in and make some money. And then when you join, welcome to the family. All right? Peace, y'all. Y'all have a great Saturday. Let All right, Instagram. I'll holler at y'all. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
How do you do the Discord?
It is a link here. I'll just drop the Discord link real quick.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Discord. All right. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. That's the free Discord right there. All right, you should be able to drop in the Discord now, and it'd be good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Peace.
Peace.